Get a mic on him.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the State Farm Game of the Week. The Morse Tigers taking on the Kearney Comets. Everybody knows Morse story. They won their first CIF title in how many years was it, Coach?
25.
25 years. Kearney was a runner-up in their division. Kearney and Morse, two of the resurgent stories that are making San Diego high school football fun to talk about. And that is your State Farm Game of the Week, represented by Kevin Kane, who will join us in just a moment. But right now, I want to introduce my sidekick for the night, Bert Grossman. Bert, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a little hot out here, but other than that, it's just, I love your weather out here. Thank you.
It's a little warm, as we mentioned, the thermometer in the 90-degree area. We'll talk a little bit about that. But Bert, just quickly, we're going to be joined by Legadou Nane from the former San Diego Charger, who will be joining us as we ride up to the kickoff at 6:30 here, and then we'll bring you the very best in San Diego high school football. But Bert, let's get right to it. Talk about the Kearney Comets. What do you know about the Comets?
Comets lost last year in the D4 championship, I believe. They moved up to San Diego High. They've moved up to D3 now. Played Calexico, I believe, last, and beat them pretty good, but it's hard to gauge a team against Calexico. Lost a lot of their offensive talent. You guys are run heavy, as you always run heavy.
We haven't introduced Coach McNair yet, so just let's just quickly, we'll get to Coach in a little bit. So what do you know about the Morse Tigers?
Oh, the Morse Tigers. They always run the ball well. I think, 300, 400 yards, scored 68 points against Patrick Henry. It was an improved team. I like Morse. Again, they had to move up a division. It's hard to tell what's going to happen with that in the playoffs, but love Morse in this game a little more than Kearney.
All right, so with that said, I think this is the first time in PPR history, in our 21-year history, where this has been our featured game, where we've been on the campus of Morse High School. And largely the reason why that is because I can never get ahead of their head coach. He will not return my calls. I would like to introduce here Tracy McNair. He answered your phone calls.
Why text them? We know how to operate. We're millennials. You got to text millennials.
Coach McNair, thank you for joining us on the PrePR. Your thoughts about playing in what is really hot temperatures?
Well, it's better than being in Arizona.
Yeah, but only marginally. Your thought? We're making history tonight as the first time ever that you've been in the State Farm Game of the Week slot. What does that mean to the school's program?
Well, first of all, I'd like to appreciate you guys for what you guys do for high school football, and appreciate you guys coming out and supporting Morris High School and doing what you do for high school sports.
All right, well, we have some video we were going to do the Patrick Henry game in week 2 because it was their first stadium. You were the visiting team. And in my wisdom, I said, no, let's wait till week 3 to do the Morse Kearney game. And all I missed was 100-point football. Tell us about what was going on. Offensively, you had to be excited. Defensively, you had to be less than thrilled.
Well, you know how it is. It's high school football. You know, you win some, you lose some. You get kids to come in, you get kids to go out. We had a lot of talent that left last year. We got some kids that have to step up this year. And on offense, they stepped up. On the defensive side, we're still young in the secondary. As you can see, we gave up, 28 points, which that's part of being a high school coach. And I'm proud of them kids for trying hard.
You have like a 3-headed monster running attack here. I think close to 500 yards between 3 guys last week. Yes. More the same this week?
Well, we're going to do that every year. But the new wave is everybody wants to run spread. We're running spread through running the football. There's no different up front than playing the game up front with offensive linemen and running backs running the ball. Same thing with spread teams. So I think we're producing great offense through running the ball, what Coach Shack taught us how to do when I played. Run the ball.
There you go.
And Coach Shack will be joining us later in the program. Tracy, I know you get tired of hearing this question all the time, but the fact that the city football is on the rise, and there's just no denying just by looking at the championship total of last year. What does that mean to San Diego high school football in general?
Well, I think it's good because hopefully our kids stay at home. It's okay to play where you grew up and where you live. You don't have to go to the big name schools to be productive. I think just doing the best thing in your neighborhood schools is what high school sports is all about. That's basically what high school is all about. Community and building pride in your own community.
And before I let you go, can you just talk a little bit about Mr. Erb? There's a big football college game tomorrow with you have a couple kids that you're interested in at UCLA. Could you tell us about how that game's going to play out with the Aztecs and Bruins playing?
Well, I hope.
Careful now, you're in San Diego.
Well, I got friends that play on the Aztecs, and I got Tracy Thompson's son, who's part of Skyline Pop Warner. His son Tariq is playing for the Aztecs. I got Martel Irby and Shamar Martin is playing for UCLA. So like I said, as long as both teams get out there and play hard and there's no injuries, I think it's a victory for all of us. Because at the end of the day, kids going to college is a victory for me.
So if you attend that game, where do you sit? I mean, which sideline do you stand on?
Well, sadly to say, I'm going to go to the UC, the U.S. the Trojans game.
That side.
I'm going to the Trojans game.
And then come back to San Diego.
And then no, I'm sorry, the Toreros. I'm saying.
There you go.
So we have a couple of kids that's playing corner for them and playing linebacker for them. One of the other Irbies is playing there. And then we have a kid that's Jalen White that's also playing for UC Davis. So this will be a good game for me to see both of them play as well.
All right, Tracy, thank you very much. We're going to let you swap that microphone out with Kevin Kane. Meanwhile, just a quick reminder, everybody, take a look at what all our featured games tonight. We're going to be at 25 games, including Maddie Sinclair. She doesn't have to travel as far north this week as she's taking the Pigmobile to Cathedral Catholic. That's a national football game going on. Centennial taking on Cathedral Catholic. We'll be talking more about that later. Coronado and El Cajon is our East County El Cajon Ford game of the week. Why? Because that's because where we're going to be, and nobody treats you better than El Cajon Ford. In the National City Mile of Cars, San Isidro at Hilltop, there's going to be a very interesting story going on at Hilltop. I will have Bo Furtek tell you all about that. And Loyola at St. Augustine is the Jersey Mike City game of the week. Just a quick reminder, our Chick-fil-A in-studio guest will be none other than Anthony Gilpin Jr. from the Olympian Eagles. He'll have his hands full tonight up at Torrey Pines, but he's agreed to join us for the chit-chat afterwards in studio, courtesy Chick-fil-A, our top recruit segment. So thank you to everybody who's involved sponsoring the Prep Picks Report. And we're sitting next to one of the gentlemen who was a big part of what we're trying to do with our State Farm Game of the Week. In fact, he was the guy that we had to first sell. Kevin Kane joining us right now from the State Farm Insurance folks. Kevin, thank you so much. If not without you, this whole Game of the Week thing would not be happening. So for that, we are in your debt. Why was it important for State Farm to be part of the Prep Picks Report and be part of the Game of the Week?
Well, Paul, we got real excited when we learned about your 20 years of putting PPR together, and we wanted to be a part of that and be able to help raise money for the foundations that each school has. And so if people give us a call, get a quote, no obligation, we make a donation to the football program.
That simple.
It's that simple.
So if people, and you're going to be at every Kearney Comet home game.
Yes.
In fact, we're going to show your banner later today, guys, if we can make sure we get a camera on that. Kevin Kane, thank you for what you're doing. You're spending every Friday night at a high school football game when you could be at home with family and friends, and I think that just speaks about you and State Farm a great deal, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it.
All right, Kevin Kane, everybody. Kevin, you're going to be back later when we have Will Gray on. Folks, that's just a quick look of what we're doing. Coming up, we will have a bunch more pre-PR as we try to bring you the very best in San Diego high school football. Hope you keep it right with us because we are tucked ever so neatly inside the KUSI News at 4, 5, and 6. We will now send it back to them.
We are loving the coverage, Paul. Fantastic. I can't believe you're going to cover 25 high school games for everybody tonight.
Very cool.
Just terrific.
Only you can, buddy.
Hey, Logan, you're going to have to apologize. I've somehow become disconnected, and I can't hear you. We will get that problem rectified. I know you asked me a question. All I can tell you is it's really, really warm out here, and things that were normally stuck together have come unglued through sheer perspiration. So we will get that fixed, and I will hear you coming up on the pre-PR, okay?
All right, brother. We're loving it. Thank you so much.